days. We going for days, we betting for days. We going for days and days and days and for days and days and days.
This is Minoka Alexander from St.Croix Entertainment today. Today I am here with Shamari Haynes. He is the assistant director at USVI festivals, and he's also part of Simply Sophisticated. You know them as Simply Savage. You know, that's my troupe. So I got to put some emphasis on it. Shamari, welcome. Thank you for being here.
Thank you very much for having me. I want to justify something real quick. I'm glad that you call it Simply Savage. I think that people kind of like miss a concept behind the two Carnival troupes and then like the branding of it, right? So Simply Sophisticated Fun Troupe this year actually is going to be our 15th anniversary. I should release our...
The 10th? Oh no, the 10th was...
Yeah, so actually this is our 15th presentation. Not even necessarily, because we missed the past 2 years because of COVID. But anyway, we're celebrating our 15th anniversary this year. The year right after our 10th anniversary, I started a second troupe called Savage Festivals, or Savage Festival VI. Simply Sophisticated, like catered. I feel like that troupe grew with me. I started the troupe when I was 16 years old, and like the troupe, like it grew with us, right? So I consider like Simply Sophisticated to be like my first really bad data, right? She about to go to college, and then I created Savage. So Savage caters to a more like skimpy, daring reveler, somebody who's like, who want a different dynamic, want to be seen, willing to spend their money, willing to wear less clothes, and just have a specific look.
Yes.
But in the process of branding, Wendy and I, Wendy is a co-creative director of both entities. We were trying to figure out like, how are we going to like brand the troupes together? So we like brainstormed for a while, and we decided to just call the brand Simply Savage, right? So you have Simply Sophisticated Fun Troupe, Savage Festival, and underneath the Simply Savage umbrella. But what I find is people refer to the troops as Simply Savage, and I'm like, man, they're missing the point. However, I think it's also good for branding as well. So, I mean, we're still in the process of like trying to get people to understand like the marketing concept of it, the ability to differentiate between both Carnival troops. And I think it's something that people are asleep on. But for example, Dean Akin, who owns Last Tribe in Trinidad, own Last Tribe, Red Ants Juve Troupe, Tribe, Bliss. This is all underneath one umbrella. Several different entities owned by the same individual. So, you know, to make a long story short, we kind of more or less see the ability for us to do that here, and that's kind of the direction that we go in.
Okay, okay. I was good to tell you. You know, tell me a little about yourself, but you basically, you know, covered that.
I apologize.
Oh, you're fine, you're fine, you're fine. I love that, I love that. I did want you to talk about the troupe, going to the troupe and the backstory of the troupe, so that is awesome. And you know, before the pandemic, my first year I was in Simply Sophisticated. Then I was like, Savage look good, costumes look good, so I take my money. I tell Jaquan, I was like, tell Shamari, just put my name, don't worry about nothing. I will just send my payments, just put my name, don't even ask me.
Savage forces me to be just a lot more, I don't want to say creative, but just a lot more daring. I feel like in the design process over the years, I kind of like started to cater to like, you know, either people who had like a love for old mass, which old mass was like what Carnival was before the bikini and beads like aspect of it of it now. But Savage is just a challenge, man. But my goal is to also definitely keep Savage under 100 members and caters to females only, because I want for Savage to be a safe space for women as well. I want the costumes to be a lot more daring, like I mentioned, but I want ladies to be able to be among other ladies and not have to worry about a man like rubbing up on them, you know? So it's kind of like a safe space I created for females. So
okay, and we do appreciate that.
No problem.
Rum,
yes,
music.
I get it. Trust me, I do. Like, I do.
We'll be comfortable.
Right.
You know, I love that. So, the pandemic has put us through a lot.
yes.
So, what can you tell us? What can we look forward to if we do have festival this year?
We definitely bringing back the quality that Simply Sophisticated was known for. In the process of doing so, I'm also cutting down numbers. I want for our 15th and 5th anniversary celebrations, I want for us to present something that we're comfortable with, not overworked, in a really good space, energy-wise, and just feel really good about it. What people don't see when it comes to Carnival is the behind the scenes.
Yeah.
I am blessed with an awesome team. I mean, the last 2019, 2020, of course, that's when the division of festivals first came about. And I was in the process of planning festival. So I kind of leave a team to do everything. They know what to do. I mean, I train them, they're skillful, I don't have no worries. And I remember stepping into the mass camp one night and Wendy was like, "What are you doing here?" And I was like, "What?" I was offended.
She kicked you out.
Right. And that's exactly what happened. I left. But I realized in a moment that they really don't need me, right? So I want for us to just not necessarily have the additional pressure of having a ton load of people on the street. I have a surprise. I am not ready to put out as yet.
That's fine.
And that's only because, we don't know. We have not received official announcement that Cruise and Christmas Festival will be taking place in its full entirety. Yeah. Of course, we're still in the middle of battling the pandemic, but as of right now, we're planning for a full festival. So, I'm encouraging folks to be prepared because we coming hard. It is also St.Croix's 70th anniversary of festivals. So, it's a big year. Yeah, it's a big year. So, I feel good about it.
Nice.
I'm proud, I'm excited, but, trying to remain very humble about the overall experience.
So I had a question. Before the pandemic, you kind of handed the reins off to Wendy.
Correct.
So you could step into a new role.
Correct.
How did you feel about giving? It's like your baby. You you nurture it and
So Wendy carries a lot of the weight. My team carries a lot of the weight, and I don't want to ever for 1 second discredit my team or really and truly Simply Sophisticated is them. I am still dealing with operations and the other rain and dealing with vendors and all that stuff. Realistically, I'm the brains behind other stuff. Wendy is more registration, and Wendy's a good team lead. So she makes sure that things are in place, things are where they need to be, folks are where they need to be. When it comes to parade day, Wendy, she
got it.
She get it. Yeah. I ain't got to worry about that. I wasn't necessarily nervous. Handing a portion of the troupe over to Wendy, I actually felt really good. I knew in my heart that Wendy could have, get it done. We had a conversation, of course, with the entire team and then a one-on-one with Wendy, because Wendy isn't necessarily the person who goes out to the forefront. She gonna be my backbone. That's just usually how she is. So it was her stepping into a new role, and I think that it allowed for her to just become a better leader, a stronger leader. Wendy is really small, so people usually see her, hear her sometimes, but it's just really not her thing. I'm more of the assertive one. I'm more of the person to deal with the public. But people, time and time again, they're used to dealing with Wendy. So it was an easy adjustment for her, if I must say. And even after reflecting, after we decided, well, okay, because every year after Carnival, we basically debrief. In order for you to run anything successful, especially on that level of magnitude, you need to be able to debrief because there's always something to learn, there's always something that you could do different. And in debriefing, we realized that, they don't need me. They really do not. And I feel good about the decision made, and I pushing the bar just a little bit more this year. And again, we're going to see how things work out. I'm confident, I feel really good, and I think I make a good decision.
Okay. So switching over to, your role as assistant director, how do you feel about that role? What's the best part of that role?
I think it's one of I don't necessarily want to say I think it's one of my greatest accomplishments. I don't know. I'm very humbled by this whole overall experience of being the first assistant director for the division of festivals. I spoke for years on the topic of festivals, being in the Department of Tourism and all of that stuff, not knowing that, lo and behold, this would happen. Yeah. So it's just very humbling, and it allowed me to see the overall planning of festival from a different point of view. It is very easy for us to talk about like how things could be better or different things that could be implemented, but until you're there behind the scenes or you're there sitting in the seat, you just see things differently.
Yeah.
But I feel really good. It's a blessing. It's a blessing. I am blessed to have the opportunity to like do what I love on a day-to-day basis.
Yeah.
I'm not going to sit here and tell you, oh God, every day is a good day. It's stressful. The entertainment industry could be stressful. Production could be stressful.
Yeah.
Media and communications could be stressful. But I love it. I love it. I would not trade it for anything. So.
Okay. And since the pandemic,
Yes.
we haven't had, Lord, I had need to oil my bones and
I'm encouraging people to like to go to the gym, start to build stamina, because for 2 years we haven't really done anything.
Nothing.
So I want to see who's gonna be able to make it down the parade
Oh
road.
gosh.
Or even Juve.
Listen, oh gosh. If they survive Juve, they could survive.
I agree.
They could survive parade. But listen, Juve will be another. Oh,
Yeah,
gosh.
that's a different level. It's a different level. It's a different requirement on like energy, stamina. If you could do Juve, you should be able to do the parade.
Yeah, man.
Should be able
Sure.
to. Some people will try to do two and just can't. But build our stamina, go to the gym, start to walk, because you're gonna need it.
Yeah.
Trust me.
That parade route ain't no joke.
Trust me.
Especially when you keep stopping, you have the liquor in you.
In 2019, we did, my team and we did Carnival in the Bahamas. That parade route is 15
I remember
miles.
that. I remember you had posted.
Yes, 15 miles. Now to put things into perspective, it's literally 15 miles from Fort Frederick to Fort Christian. So that was the length of the parade route.
What?
I was the only one. Wendy who the party.
No.
She ended up sitting out. So, people think like, people will take it for granted. People will take that parade route for granted. It's a stretch, especially for somebody who isn't like used to like being physically active, or even play mass, You'll be surprised how much people can walk a mile. and that's the reality.
Yeah. That's true.
Yes.
Listen, I barely make it out to 2019. I was behind and we have money there. I can't make it.
Listen, you have to put in the work.
Yeah.
You have to gear up. You cannot sit down for a whole year and get up and say, hey, I doing Juve.
True.
Especially on the alcohol.
Yes.
I doing parade on the alcohol. So if you want to last, start to build a stamina.
Definitely. Oh my gosh. Speaking of Carnival, St. Thomas Carnival, it basically kicked off already.
Yeah.
But let me just say something. If not VIP, if St. Croix people ain't there, ain't kick off yet.
And the Christian's going over Wednesday because Juve is Thursday.
Some of us going over tomorrow, like me, Tuesday, and some people going Wednesday, to make it for Juve.
Correct.
And make it for the rest of the festivities. How do you feel about that after us not having, things for a long time?
I'm overwhelmed for the St. Thomas district. So this is the district first official run of festival events for or on behalf of, or by the Division of Festivals, if that makes sense. In 2019, when they hosted their last Carnival, it was under the direction of the Virgin Islands Carnival Committee. Since then, we hosted 2 successful virtual carnivals, and then now in person, abbreviated, of course, but I feel good. I am nervous because I don't know what to expect as it relates to just still operating in a pandemic, but we are here. We about to do it. But of course, still encouraging folks to wear the mask. Still social distance, which sounds crazy. But again, prevention better than cure.
Yeah,
but I'm excited. I feel good. I'm happy for the district. I feel like the things that the Division of Festivals have put into place, it's really, really good. I feel like we have top of the line entertainment. I feel like we give people just enough as it relates to events. Folks won't be able to like go to the Prince and Princess and go to the Virgin Islands Carnival Queen pageants. You still get a Juve, you still get a food fair, you still get some nights at Village, you still get a boat show. So individuals are able to come into St. Thomas from Wednesday, maybe Tuesday, head out on Monday and get a full experience at St. Thomas Carnival. So, I feel good. Kudos to the team. I excited, y'all. I excited about Troupe.
Oh, listen.
That's why I'm looking forward to. I mean, and everything else is work. It's work nonetheless. So people ask me all the time, like, how you to differentiate or draw the line between work and just having a good time? And I'm like, sometimes it's hard. So, I always have to make sure that I try my best, to always be as alert and available as possible, because in production, anything could happen at any time. But I'm gonna have some party too, because, prior to my appointment, I ain't it. I do this as long as I know myself. So it's just something I just can't sit back and watch. I cannot suicide for Shamari would be watching a parade.
And not participating.
I will die. Okay? Trust me, I will die. So, I mean, I'm gonna be in it. I'm gonna be in it. For example, even in 2019, the last festival that we hosted, I remember walking the parade route, and this lady was like, "Oh, you're not in the parade this year." And I watched, I was like, okay. Like in my mind, all right, girl. So walking back up to the top of the parade route, she was like, "Oh God, I gonna miss you." I said, "No worries." When she saw me the third time, I come back down in a costume, because in my mind, you really think think you're gonna get a parade and me gonna be in it? No. Proper planning prevents poor performance. I believe in that. So I made sure that with everything that I did, I make sure things were in place, folks were in place. I had done like my director know, Ian, like I didn't parade. So you're not gonna need to like hold this area for now until I come back. And then after the parade, of course, after my troupe came down, I switched out a costume and I went right back to work. Yeah. So it's something that I love. No one day on this job feels like work. No one day. So
it's like basically, professional and fun at the same time.
Correct. And people look at the division and festivals, and again, people will think, well, all they do is party. If they only know. If they only know. They see us when the party and it's taking place, but they really do not see us when we are out in fires. We have business partnerships, we have community partnerships with individuals. We have to now with the pandemic, we have to work hand in hand with Department of Health. So Department of Health have to, of course, provide approval for all of the events that we're doing. We're working with VIPD, we're working with Vitima, we're working with Waste Management. People don't see the weekly interagency conversations. People don't see the emails. People don't see, when you bring in entertainment and a flight get delayed or a flight is canceled, then you have to find a way to reroute that artist or that band to the territory to perform after advertising that X, Y, or Z. Right. So people don't see that stuff. People don't see the shortage of hotel rooms. People don't see the fact that when you move an artist or you place an artist in a particular hotel and you maybe potentially for whatever reason have to move the artist to our next hotel, and then that next hotel don't have availability of rooms. Like people don't see stuff like that. But, festival, being an tourism, we are able to just pick up the phone and sometimes make a phone call. We have relationships with all these different like managers and hotels and stuff like that. So that makes it a bit easier to an extent, but people don't see a lot of that work. Trust me, people don't see it.
And people do take advantage of like, they don't know what goes on until they just be like, oh, this is this.
They have no idea. And that's in production. Period. Yeah. That's in production, period. And you always want to make sure that you are giving patrons, giving participants the best experience. So people don't see that stuff.
Yeah, but they don't see the work that goes into all of that.
Correct. It's a lot of work. And I ultimately gain like a whole different level of respect for the non-profit organizations that ran festival before the division of festival. So, we had the Crucian Christmas Festival organization, the Virgin Islands Carnival Committee, and the St. John 4th of July Festival Committee. They've been putting in work, and they've been running festival for 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 years, not always with the same person at the top, but some of those individuals who, to this very day, still volunteer their time into festival, have been there for years, way before I even dream about coming about. So, it's just, I have a great respect for them, even greater. Okay. So, it's a lot.
Yeah, like now you're making me anxious. I was like, how do you do your job?
It's a lot. But again, the satisfaction for me is just like the end result. Yeah. So we hosted Nadia Batson in February.
Thank you, by the way, for
You're welcome.
That's my girl.
I love Nadia. We hosted Nadia Batson in February, and you know, that one particular event had like its little stressors because, you know, like we had the Dex Adapt show that we sponsored the day before. So we literally had to change. If you attended Dex Adapts? Okay, boom. So if you go into Dex Adapts and then come into Nadia Batson the very next day, you realize that just layout wise, logistically, it was something completely different. So sometimes, like, you don't always have a lot of manpower, but you only have a certain amount of time to make changes. So we had a little I would not even call them like hiccups, just delays in just preparation. And I was just extremely tired. I remember being extremely like mentally burned out. But then I come and I realize like, why everybody turning up? And I'm like, wow, okay, so that's where like I get that energy from. And I feed off of that. And just seeing people enjoying themselves, seeing people out. And you know something, is not about only seeing people, is a type of people. So when you're able to like cater to like an adult mature crowd, you get people in the 50s and 60s who ain't dancing, got no so long partying. Right, that makes you feel good. I love my job, my son girl. I wouldn't trade it for nobody in the world. Trust me.
I haven't seen Cool Session perform in 2 years. And I enjoyed them. Nadia Batson, oh my gosh.
And it's greater things to come. I mean, ultimately, the division of festivals, we're working on like creating branded events for each island. So we want to keep Soca on the pier. You know, we want to like keep those events because we want to make them big events for the district. So there's a bigger picture. There's people seeing it now, but people don't really see what we see. And what I appreciate the most about the division of festivals is we have the opportunity to like touch different industries or like different pieces of festival or carnival. So pageantry, parade, that's my background. When it comes to that stuff, they'll reach out to me, hey, Shamari, this is you. Anything like music-wise, stage-wise, all of that stuff. Halva, been a musician for years, that's just his background. And then Leona Smith, she used to run St. John Festival as well. And then Ian background, he have an extensive background in like marketing, communications, all of that stuff. So I feel like everybody, you know, right, and when we come together, we have a very dynamic team.
Nice.
I feel good.
I met Ian for the first time. I saw his name on the news and stuff like that. But I met him for the first time in the Nadia Batson show, and I was very thankful for it because you guys made the interview happen. Again, oh my gosh, that was so huge for me. My mind was blowing after we were there. I was like, babe, oh my god, oh my god.
And Nadia is very down to earth. Very down to earth. She gave me a hug after. She was like, I was forgetting. She was like, she's like rubbing my back, like, you good? She's very down to earth.
I love her.
Very, very.
So I'm very thankful to you guys for that. And not only that, you guys give creatives like me a space to express ourselves.
Correct.
You give us, you know, things to shoot now because I had nothing to shoot for 2 years. So we really, you know, I'm not speaking for every creative, but I'm speaking for me. I really appreciate you guys doing so much. And as you said, nobody knows see behind the scenes. They don't know what happened. Right. They just see come together. So I'm grateful. I'm eternally grateful for you guys. And you know, I'll tell you how I feel after Carnival and I make it.
You will. Speak it into existence, you're going to make it.
I don't know how I'm going to feel after J'ouvert, but yeah.
After spending money on a costume, you're going to be right on a parade road.
True.
Don't get too much out J'ouvert, man.
Listen, I'm mash up for next time. Oh, Jesus. And then we have to go. So I say, I can't do it.
And festival like non-stop. I want like non-stop party. I want people to get burn out, drag out, can't go no more, and still find a way. Like that's what Carnival is all about. To me, it's just a non-stop going. You literally only celebrate Carnival one time a year. Well, in St. Croix, the Virgin Islands special, because we get three different events, major events, 3 different time a year, different island. Like it's a big thing. Like that's something that we need to like market some more and pour there. But anyways, you only really within your district get to have that experience one time a year. So you want to make the best of it, and you want people to there's carnival hoppers, there's people who don't go to carnival all over the world. Like that's a hobby, right?
I have friends from Dominic. And I'd be like, don't we gotta have a job?
But they got people literally carnival hop. That's a hobby. You know, you got girls who don't do pageantry as a hobby. So you want to hone in to those carnival hoppers. You want to bring them home. And I always tell people, the one place that you want to spend Carnival and Christmas anywhere in this world is St. Croix.
Definitely.
It's different. It's a different.
Different vibe.
I don't care where you go. Christmas time.
Yeah.
Carnival in St. Croix, Christmas in St. Croix is just different. We're celebrating Christmas, we're celebrating festival, we have the Three Kings Day, we have the Crucian. We it's just a mixture of different things that means something to Crucians, means something to the St. Croix district that other people just really want to understand.
And Virgin Islands, we have like such a melting pot.
We do.
Yeah.
And I like to consider St. Croix to be the biggest melting pot. So, you have a little bit of everybody in each island. In St. Thomas, you're going to have the St. Thomas, you're going to have the Tatolans, you're going to have the Haitians, you're going to have the Dominican Republic, the Santos. People don't like one of the kind of Santos, but people don't realize that I is part of Santos, so don't be offended. But anyway, just a little plug. But like in St. Croix, you get people from Dominica, you get a major solution community here.
Big up to the Dominicans.
Right, and the Dominicans are big too. You got a Jamaicans, like you have bigger island bases from different Caribbean islands here in St. Croix. So the vibe is different, the food is different, the music is different, the things that we celebrate is different. Even the atmosphere at different bars is different. Yeah. So that's something I just really appreciate about St. Croix. And I do tell people, like, listen, the one island you want to go to is St. Croix. You want to come to St. Croix and you want to experience festival in St. Croix. Yeah. And sometimes it's a song bias, but I gonna pick up my island because I know, what St. Croix is about. Right. So that is my job as an employee, not only within the division of festivals, but the Department of Tourism is our job to also promote the territory. Yeah. So it's kind of like I don't want to call it a double-edged sword because that kind of gives it a negative connotation, but that's one of the joys I find in the job. I could tell you to come to St. Croix, I could show you where you could come to St. Croix, I could tell you come to festival, but then I have the opportunity to take you to the fort, take you to the beach. This is where government house is. This is where the legislature is located. Because people don't see that in states. Those are things that we take for granted as Virgin Islanders that people don't
have people that haven't been home for years and they're like, oh my God, I miss this. Oh my God, I miss that. Oh my God, show more.
Right. So correct. So I love having the opportunity to promote festival, but then still promote the island. So it's a good feeling.
Okay. So oh my God, I've been itching to ask this question. Do you consider yourself a modern day cultural bearer?
I don't know. People do. People consider me to be a modern day culture bearer. I guess I kind of sort of am. I'm a very humble being just in general. I don't believe in like titles and names, and I don't believe in none of them stuff. But I realize like sometimes the nature of just who I am, it comes along with it. I guess you could maybe call me a modern day culture bearer because I literally teach everything that I know, every opportunity that I get. So I guess, maybe. I don't know.
The reason I asked that was, I don't know if you remember, what's the name? That was the only time they had it because after that things just went crazy. It's located at Frederiksted. They have the cruise ships and them coming in. Oh my gosh.
Harbor Night.
Harbor Night. I've never been to Harbor Night. They said it was like when I was younger, I had Harbor Night, but I don't know if I remember or I never been.
So Harbor Night was a big thing. I remember being a child and going to Harbor Night. The ships used to come, stay late. You used to have like all these different vendors out. We did Harbor Night back in, I want to believe 2000. I think 2018.
Yeah.
Or no, it was February or March of 2019.
It wasn't 18?
No, it was 2019. Yeah, I think it was early 2019. It was Wrong Black History Month, I believe. I think February.
Around that time, yeah.
Right. And that was the last Harbor Night that took place. So we're hoping that like we have more ships that would come to the territory, come to the island, stay overnight. It allows us the opportunity to like show them a little nightlife. But what I like the most about Harbor Nights is aside from catering to the tourists, you used to give locals something to do. Yeah. So you have the opportunity to like bring out the food trucks, hire local entertainment, create that nightlife atmosphere, not only for the people that are visiting, but for the people who actually live here and want to do something, want to see something different. But Harbor Night been a big thing in the territory St. Croix for a very long time. Died out, but it's our hopes to bring it back.
Yeah, I was definitely sad that the pandemic come and just ruined everything.
I think the pandemic, was unfortunate for a lot of people. We had millions of people that died. For me personally, speaking for Shamari, the pandemic was not a bad thing. The pandemic allowed me the opportunity to step back as a creative, reevaluate some things, pay attention to like different things that we're doing, and just look at things from a different perspective, point of view. So for me, the pandemic allowed me the opportunity to grow. Personally and professionally, you know, I got into the gym or doing a lot of exercising and stuff like that. I just like centering and find myself. So
I kind of grew in a way as a creative too, and kind of grew more self-confidence, because before I was like, like I was so anxious because I like, you know, to ask them the questions and be behind the camera and stuff like that. So it kind of helped me to find different ways to do things and break things down and show people what we have without, like, you know, going to the different events and covering them and this and that, because we didn't have that.
It kind of forced you more or less to just give content or create content or find content. Basically. That wasn't just like event based. I think that's cool. I mean, I think that was like a good thing for you to grow. You had the opportunity to like figure it out, really put in the work. And I like that. I mean, I don't follow your stuff, you know, all the time.
Thank you.
All the time. All the time. So I could see the growth, you know? I could say, I appreciate it. You guide.
That is huge. Trust me, that is huge. I do appreciate it. And I don't make these things go to my head. That's one thing. People are like, oh, my secretary's in it.
I spoke to, for VI History Month, I was speaking to several different schools, and the most inspirational class or age of students I spoke to was some 6th grade students at Lumacol Elementary. And one of the girls asked me, like, if I define all of my accomplishments as success. And I was like,
Wait, as 6th grader?
As 6th grader.
Wow.
Listen, I talked to a lot of kids, but that specific 6th grade class at Lumacol School had me shook. When she asked me that, I literally like stopped before I answer. Because in my mind, all of these things to me, I don't feel like I've achieved success.
Yeah.
Grateful and blessed for like all the little things that I've accomplished, all the little wins, because I feel like all of those things are a part of like the bigger picture. And I'm still young, like I'm 29, so I feel like I got 14 and 15 and 16 to go. Fingers crossed I live to see so long. Fingers God listen to me. But I don't feel like I have accomplished anything major as yet. I feel like the best is yet to come.
Okay.
So, you know, I'm grateful for everything that I've learned, every lesson learned, you know, all the connections made, because everything for me, for the most part, is also trial and error. I kind of had headache, but I like to learn on my own. So I'm going to do something, see how it works. If it don't work, then go back and see how I could fix it. So it's just all a part of like who I am. It kind of like help cultivate me to who I am.
Okay. So we are coming to the close of our interview. My girl got prepared for something.
Drink water, you know. St. Thomas Juve is a different vibe. It is different. Trust me, different.
I have a whole camera pack. I don't know how I'm going to fill it with alcohol, but now you say drink water. I will fill it with water.
You join a Juve Troupe by chance?
Huh?
You join a Juve Troupe by chance?
No.
Okay.
So I was like, what if, you know, we go over late? Or if, like, I was hesitating. I was watching. I was like, this is $35. It's cheap.
Insomniacs. Yeah, we actually joined Insomniacs.
I did want to join to experience that feel, but I was like, oh. Hopefully we do have Carnival next year and I could experience that, because I joined as Juve Troupe and it's like, right, completely different experience. So, I mean, you have to at least, and I'm going to wrap it up quick, you have to at least experience Carnival and Festival on each island. It's different. St. John Parade is the shortest. Never been to St. John Carnival. Village, next level. But their parade is actually my favorite. Wow. Short, sweet. By the time you're on a parade road, you ain't gonna time to warm up. You hit in a parade road full of energy. Because you bank the canal, done. St. John is but so big. Yeah. But I definitely would encourage you to at least check out Festival, Carnival on each island. It's different. Different vibe. I do want to check out St. John. I've been to St. Thomas, experienced St. Croix, so I want to St. John is nice. I don't want to go down, like, you know, in a troupe one day. So, yeah. St. John Juve is the same day of the parade, and usually, like, traditionally, we tell, like, what you say is the same day as the parade? Same day as the parade. How are you supposed to survive that? Same day as the parade. Same day as the parade. And usually people go from the village closes 2-3 o'clock, and then there's this steel band group called Pan Around Your Neck. They just come around town, beating steel pan. It goes from that straight into Juve.
St. John is a vibe. St. John is a vibe. So just being able to go from the village and hear that steel pan music, and St. Thomas does it too. St. Thomas usually they'll have the steel pan groups like out in the street. I remember one year sitting back waiting for the Troupe, tired from the village, and then I hearing steel pan coming on the road. I'm like, okay, boom, this is it. So that's something that we don't have here in St. Croix, but I could appreciate it in a different island. So check it out. Check it out.
I would try. I do want to experience it as not only a blogger, but like, you know, a person that experienced two of the carnivals already. I do want to check it out.
I would suggest it to anybody. Check it out.
So what do you have to tell the people in closing?
I mean, in closing, I just want to ultimately like thank the community for being so supportive of me as a individual. I have like a lot of people like who really believe in me, believe in the things that I do. I've made like really good connections with a lot of really good people who continue to like be driving forces, be like a big team of support behind me. As it relates to like my carnival troops and like my small circle of friends, I definitely want to shout out my friends for always being there. I literally don't pick up the phone 2 o'clock in the morning and I have an idea. Truthfully. And Amal is usually like, Amal, I got this idea, I need to talk to you about it now. So like I really want to thank my team. My team actually did carry a lot of the weight. They feel a lot of the pressure. Sometimes when I'm like, okay, boom, I'm done, my team, they're very encouraging. So just like in general, there's a lot of people who contribute to who I am, who contribute to what I do, who again are very supportive, really good people to me. And I really can't do it by myself. No one man is an island. I definitely want to shout out the team over the Department of Tourism. Definitely Ian, Halva, Wanda, Felina, Leona, Vicky. We have like a really good team over at the Division of Festivals. And I like my tourism co-workers in general. I definitely want to shout out Governor Albert Brown and Lieutenant Governor Tregenza Roach. You know, outside of the politics, they really believe in young people. They really believe in the vision of young people. And, you know, I would not have been here as the assistant director today without the present administration. So, I mean, just everybody who just really believe in young people and pushing young people in general, like, thank you very much.
And our governor of it.
Yeah, he
a fed.
Yes, he does.
Yeah, no, my boy is working.
He does. He most certainly does. But I feel good. So just thank you guys so much. Thank you again for having me. You know, I'm literally just hours a phone call away. No matter how busy I am, you go come.
It was such a pleasure because, you know, I have been a big fan of your work for many years, and I've been trying to make this happen. I'm so excited that finally happened. So thank you so much for being here. Thank you to Soundstage VI for hosting us. It's always appreciated. You guys, we as creatives finally have somewhere that we could do, I think we could express ourselves. Do not be hesitant to come check out Soundstage VI. Where is this place again?
What? I think this is Castle Coakley.
Castle Coakley. Yeah. So it's located in Castle Coakley. So you could definitely check it out. And you know, my boy George, call. Hey George, I have something to shoot at Soundstage VI. Very nice human being. And he will be like, okay, so this is our schedule, whatever, y'all will work it out. Thank you so much again. Thank you to the viewers for continuing to support me. Drop the women making history, and you guys reacted so amazing to it, so I just wanted to put that in real quick. And looking forward to Rock Carnival, because you know we have done it 2 years.
And if you're going to Carnival, please be safe. Wear your mask. Listen to Department of Health. Like, just do the right thing. Yes. You know, the numbers are going to go up. I personally don't think the numbers are going to go like too crazy. But definitely, you know, have a safe Carnival. And if you know, not drinking and driving and all of the stuff that we know we shouldn't be doing, don't do it, and wear your mask, please.
Have a designated driver if you can fall asleep. Fall asleep somewhere safe. If you're not percent, don't fall asleep somewhere.
Oh, don't drink, don't overdo it.
So, yeah, I will see you guys. Hopefully, next time you see me, I will be in Rock City, and that's all I have for now.